Where her successful sports career began and her accomplishments since her graduation are the reason she is one of our inductees tonight. Her Lady Blue Devils were 29-4 and ranked 22nd in the final NCAA Division I poll this past season, and the team advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament. A year earlier, the team was 21-1 and set an Atlantic Coast League record for wins. Overall, she's guided the team to at least 20 wins in 6 of the last 7 seasons and earned her 300th career win in 2004. Nagel also excelled at Georgetown, leading the Lady Hoyas to a 10-1 record and 24-6 overall to earn a share of the Big East title, and was named Big East and District 1 Coach of the Year. She began her head coaching career at Cornell, posting a .680 winning percentage during her time there, along with collecting titles and a couple of 7-0 perfect records too. As a player, following her start in Panama, where she earned 12 varsity letters in several sports, including volleyball, she attended Edinburgh University, where she was one of their most decorated athletes. Nagel was a 2-time co-captain and helped lead the Lady Scots to a 116-43 4-year record. She led the team to 3 state and regional titles, as well as berths in 2 AIAW and NCAA tournaments before graduating in 1982. She then became a graduate assistant at Kent State in 1983 and became the first assistant coach at North Carolina for 3 years. She's also well respected as a teacher and instructor beyond the collegiate ranks and has taught at numerous clinics. She's also served as an assistant venue coordinator for the 1987 Olympic Festival and as a zone coordinator and assistant coach in 1989 and 1990 festivals. In 1995, she coached the East women's squad that won a bronze medal in the Olympic Festival. She now lives in Durham, North Carolina with her husband Sam Carpenter, with their sons Cameron and Tyler, and for her many accomplishments as one of the nation's premier volleyball coaches over a long and distinguished career, we are very pleased to welcome Jolene Nagel as a new member of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame.
Let me just read what is on these plaques, as in previous 3 that I have given out. It's a certificate of membership presented to Jolene Nagel in tribute to outstanding achievements in sports and in recognition of distinguished contributions to this community, and upon being honored as a member of the Chicago Sports Hall of Fame, February 19, 2007.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'm not used to having a microphone. I'm used to just saying what I got to say in the gym and have that gym voice from the diaphragm. And I do want to tell Mike Ferguson, I really like road bowling. And we hear it a lot in Durham, North Carolina, at the Durham Bowl Stadium, so it's pretty awesome. And the other thing is, this week, so much snow is up here. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to make it. And I told the boys, my young sons Tyler and CJ, guys, I don't know if the weather's going to hold out, if we're going to be able to make it. And they said, Mom, if we don't go, you can't get in. And if you don't get in, you might never get in. So I'm really just happy that the weather held and we were able to get up here. Also, my young son Tyler was trying to help me think of some things to say, and he gave me some great ideas, and I'll use some of those tonight. But the best one, after he gave me his great things to say, he would say, Mom, and most of all, stand up straight and smile. So I'm going to try to do that the whole time too. All right? I would like to thank the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. I'm truly honored and humbled by this recognition, as is my family, and it's just amazing, all the family and friends and relatives that are here this evening. And it's just incredible, and my heart's just about bouncing out of my chest right now. I'll try to make it short. I don't know if I can do it as short as these other guys did. They were real short-winded. And I will try, though. There are a lot of people here tonight that have contributed supporting me along this journey. And please forgive me if I neglect to mention someone. But first of all, I want to thank Mr. Merle Elkin, who was my guidance counselor at Panama, along with his wife Bernie and Mrs. Debbie Palmer, for putting all my information together and submitting it for me to have this opportunity. So I'd like to thank them very much for that. Mrs. Palmer, I call her Mrs. Palmer, and I know some of the younger kids that played with her don't call her that. They call her Palmer. And but I call her Mrs. Palmer. And she coached me in 3 sports, volleyball, softball, and basketball. And a couple years ago, I had a chance to come back and visit, and took my 2 young boys to school to meet my high school coach, walk into the gym as proud as can be with my 2 boys, to say hi, and the first thing she says to me is, "You look old." And I wasn't quite sure what to say. But then I later told some of my teammates about that, and they said, "Oh, that is so Palmer." So I just felt better after I knew maybe she had done that before. And someone else that might know a little more about Coach Palmer is our athletic director at that time, Jack Keeney. So I'm sure, was she as candid with you back then as she was with me when I walked in that gym? So I could imagine that. Jack Keeney was instrumental in getting women's sports started at Panama. And my sister, who was 6 years older than I, really didn't have much of an opportunity. Even a sister 2 years older, a little opportunity, and I had a little bit more. One of my first opportunities was in swimming, and my first coach ever is here tonight, Mrs. Jean Edwards. And I wasn't much of a swimmer, but I liked to dive. So I kind of had to learn how to finish my dive and get out of the pool without drowning. So that gave me some inspiration, and the only thing that was really dreadful though, is I had to do a 500-yard warm-up before practice every day. Swimmers, divers, everybody. And that was a little bit challenging, but I have a niece that's a 7-time All-American, Stephanie King, who came down from Buffalo tonight to see us. Stephanie, I wasn't the swimmer you were. So, I also have some teammates here tonight, and a little bit of a surprise too. The first time I had a chance to play with a ball was in 9th grade. I think that it's wonderful today that young girls have the opportunity to play at a much younger age. I go to tournaments now all over the country, and there are 60 courts in a convention center, 4 teams on a court, 10 kids on a team, one way from 8 a.m. to about 3, another way from 3 p.m. to about 10. And there's one person that's here tonight, Kurt Maselli, who is an official for us and did I think one of our sectional championships, more than one, but I can distinctly remember this match. That was senior year, sectional match. I don't remember everything because we lost, and I try to forget losses as fast as I can. But Kurt, I still see to this day, walking through a city where I know no one, and I'm able to say hello to him. So thanks for being here tonight, Kurt. I also had some teammates that are here. Brenda Ireland, also my sister Janet Chase, Tammy Ray, and Tammy Hewlings Hosier. And then also I was surprised to see Betsy Eggleston here tonight too, so that was quite neat. And I just think that those relationships that you have with your teammates is something that lasts for a lifetime, and I hope I help my team have those memories. I also am very familiar with Chautauqua County because I showed horses, drove for a long time, from the age of 9 years old until 18, and I went in the state fairs, and I knew just about every inch of Chautauqua County for the most part, either going to get a certain farrier to fix my horse's feet, or Dad took me just about everywhere. So I knew the county really well, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I've never seen grass so green as when I get pictures from here in the summertime, or when we come back and I take pictures of my family and take that back with me to North Carolina. It's just beautiful. It's a little cold right now. It's 0 degrees this morning, but it's absolutely beautiful and a wonderful place, and it provided a wonderful opportunity. I want to also, I just have a lot of family and friends here tonight, and I know I can't thank everyone, including cousins and aunts. And I just, I have my sisters that really probably got me started in everything. Kim King and Janet Chase. If they weren't knocking me out of the way and telling me to get lost, then they were trying to teach me a skill or trying to help me learn how to jump higher or reach higher or something like that. And I learned I had a nickname the other night called Burdock, but I'm glad I didn't know that then. It might have hurt my feelings. And I have 2 great brothers-in-law, Les King and Rocky Chase. And Les King was the first man in our house. You got to understand, 4 women, 1 guy, my dad, 1 bathroom. And Les was the first one really in there, and then I quickly learned I needed to close the bathroom door when I was in there. And so thanks, Les, I've always remembered that. That screech that I made as you walked by, and if I'd just been quiet, you wouldn't even see me. Yeah. And then Rocky Chase played volleyball with me at Edinburgh on the men's team, and has been a good friend for a long time. But he also called one day in the summer, Joe, we need another woman to play in a tournament. I know we have you, but we need one more. And I'm like, gosh, Rock, I can't think of anyone. My sister's in town from Buffalo. do you want me to bring her? Yeah, bring her along. Well, those two were connected and have never been separated since. So it's kind of neat that the sport has brought family together as well. My mom and dad, Bill and Minnie Nagel, I can't mention the number of ways they've supported me. I mean, all the horse shows, Saturday and Sundays, every weekend, taking me to practices for the Empire State Games, many times throughout the week. Encouraged me to take my first big job at UNC and be far away from Chapel Hill. I could really go into a lot and probably end up in tears with the number of things that they did for me in order for me to have the opportunities that I had. And I just hope I can do that for my kids as well. And the other people that are so important in my life, my husband, Samuel Carpenter, I call him Skipper. He works in admissions at Duke, and he's been a coach for over 30 years, so he certainly understands the time commitments that are involved. And he does all the cooking and grocery shopping. I don't even know how to cook, really. But I can do a great lawn. And I can clean and I can do the laundry, that kind of thing. But my kids don't even want me to cook, actually. And he's just allows me to be able to do what I do. And in fact, it's much more calm, cool, and collected when I leave town because it's under control of Dad. When Dad leaves town, it's like, oh my gosh, Mom's got to cook. What are we having tonight, Mom? Hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, something like that. They've just been incredible. My boys give up a lot of time with me, and CJ's always the first at our home matches to get for the serving contest. We probably have hundreds of people stand up to just serve, and we have a little break. And Tyler, I hope you don't mind, but I'm letting it out of the bag that you're the mini Blue Devil in Durham, North Carolina. I'm letting it out of the bag that you're the mini Blue Devil. Can you believe that? I know. And you are, and he's really good. And speaking of mascots, we're very in tune to that stuff. Everyone that we see. Oh, no, he hasn't run into a wall. He can see out of his mouth on the Blue Devil head. But not made for him. So as you can see, I have a lot of support from many different people. My first big opportunity came at Carolina. Never thinking I'd end up at Duke. And the woman that hired me is Peg Bradley Doppus. She's still a friend to this day, very dear friend, and is the athletic director at the University of Denver. All the student athletes I've coached, the support staff, the assistant coaches, our athletic trainers, our sports info people, our promotions. Look at all these people that helped in order for anybody to be successful at UNC, Cornell, Georgetown, and Duke. All the support from these fine institutions have made success possible for me. And I've had some great mentors along the way that have guided me in the choices that I've made for any kind of job opportunities. And it all began here in Chautauqua County, and I'm very proud of that. I can't get back here nearly enough because I wish Duke was a lot closer to Chautauqua County. With that, Duke is a great institution. We're really excited to be there. We live 2 miles from work. I go and work at a job that I absolutely love and I'm so passionate about. And I think if anyone can have that in their life, they really have a gift, and that's what helps them stay young, I hope, Coach Palmer, and also live, love, and laugh. And I've just been very blessed. So thank you very much for this honor tonight.